Morning, guys. So, how's everybody? I hope all of you are doing well. Just give me a minute as I set up my device. Okay. Okay, the device is all set up. We are at 104 people now. I'm assuming that the other 100 odd people will be joining us soon. And I think the strength might be a bit less today, as I told that today's class will be focusing entirely on the NEET portion and not at all on the boards portion. Let me see who all has bothered to text me. Chetan, Raksha, Baswaraj, Pritish, Rifat, okay, Rifat, Anil, Viresh, Sanubar, Anusha, Sushmita, Ruchi, Sakshi, Dhanush, Aditya, Sindhu, Prajwal, Preksha, Suraj, Abhishek, Bhumika, Prajwal, Sanchita, Suraj, Naren, Lasya, Kishore, Uday, Hariprakash, Sahana, Sneha, Shreya, Pratham, Jagriti, Aishwarya, Bhavna, Chandrika, Muktamani, Vijay Lakshmi, Chaitra, Dhanush. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Great to see you guys. Okay. After 2 days, I think, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. The last class was on Friday, so it's great to see you guys. I hope all of you are doing well. Let me just see whether my pencil is completely charged or not. It's at 50%. I think that will get us through. Okay. Take care. So thank you very much, Shreya. Good morning. Good morning, Sanket. So how's everybody? I hope all of you are doing well. Okay. So fifth. Today is your fifth lecture of reproductive health. How am I? I'm good, Pritish. I'm good, doing well, right? Yeah. So important thing from now on, your biology classes will be from Monday to Thursday, 10:45. Okay, 10:45 to 12 o'clock. That would be the slot for biology. Okay, so maybe if the need is uh, more, then we can have more classes, but 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, 10:45 to 12. Did I have my breakfast? Yeah, I had my breakfast. I had it like half an hour ago, I would say. Okay. Great to know that all of you are doing well. Okay, so today we have our reproductive health. Good morning, Dheeraj. So फट से एक बार revision कर लें. Let's just do a quick recap of what we studied in the last class. So in the last class, okay, we focused for the most part on, okay, in the last class, the first thing that we started was on medical termination of pregnancy, right? That is what we focused on for the most part, medical termination of pregnancy, okay, and which is also known as MTP in the short form, and it is also known as abortion, right? Or you can say abortion for the most part, right? We talked about that there are two types. There is natural and there is therapeutic. Okay. Then we also talked about amniocentesis. That was another thing that we talked about in the other class, amniocentesis. Okay. And then apart from amniocentesis, okay. Okay. Apart from, yes, do not worry, apart from amniocentesis, okay, apart from amniocentesis, we also did a brief introduction to STDs. What are the different types of STDs, right? What are the common symptoms in all of those STDs, right? How those STDs spread in general, and we stopped at how to protect yourself from those STDs, right? I gave you three very important things that you guys should know, right? Okay, Angel, the notes are there, but on the drive, I have all the notes up until the last lecture are there in the drive. Go to the TLP. Okay, you're supposed to go to the TLP folder. That is where you'll find the notes. Do not click on the notes folder. Okay, go to the TLPs folder. Okay, TLPs means teaching lesson plan. So when I come to a class, I have a plan. This presentation is my plan. So you will find all the notes in that. Do not go to the notes folder. All the notes till the last lecture are there. Morning, Kirtan. Okay. And as always, this Sunday, very important. This Sunday, you guys will have test. Okay. this Sunday you guys will have test of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, you guys will have test of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Make sure that you guys prepare well for it. Study from the notes, study from the textbook, solve as many questions as possible. Okay, okay. They've given empty. I don't think empty is this Sunday. Yeah? I know empty is not this Sunday. Empty I think will be after next week if my memory serves right. Okay, Dhanush, you should be able to download them, beta. You should be able to download them. Sexual reproduction of flowering plants, right? Okay. Okay, so sexual reproduction of flowering plants. That is your test this Sunday. Same as okay. What is empty, beta? Empty is major test, Disha. Okay. Anyway, so sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Again, same pattern. 90 questions, 360 marks. Okay. I know that in the previous test there were few errors, there were some errors, but this time I will be double checking the paper to ensure that the paper that you're getting does not have any error, does not have any options wrong, there are no wrong answers. Okay, so yeah, please take care of that. Dhanush, there's a certain pattern beta which has to be followed and I'm following that pattern. Okay, okay. So just some information for you guys. Anyway, start karte beta. So yeah, so this is what we started in the last class. So as always, let's go through a couple of revision questions and then we'll start with the class. Okay, chalo. The first revision question is on your screen. Okay, in which year MTP was legalized in India? Okay, in which year MTP was legalized in India? That is what the question is. Your options are 1971, 1951, 1981 and 1923. Those are the options that you guys have on your screen. In which year MTP was legalized in India? In which year MTP was legalized in India? Okay. Okay. Poll is beta. Let's have a poll then very quickly. As I figured, there are 75 students who are less, which is fine. I think those other 75 students are focusing on only boards anyway. So yeah, in which year MTP was legalized in India? A very simple question. कल last class में बताया था मैं, right? Medical termination of pregnancy. Which year was it legalized? Okay. Okay. As always, there's again an ad for you guys at the end of the class. So just stay back till the end of the class, and I will show you guys an advertisement. Okay. So today's advertisement is Chunni Lal Part 2. Okay. So we saw Chunni Lal Part 1 on the last one, and this time we'll be looking at Chunni Lal Part 2. There's another ad that the government of India came out 1 year later of that ad, and that is what we'll be seeing today. So yes, Pritish. Okay. And Athar, the Kahoot that will happen this week, okay, that will be from pollination onwards, beta. Okay, that will be pollination, fertilization, embryogenesis, and fruit and seed development. Okay, okay, 5 seconds. Okay, 5. Yes, Kishore, beta. Anything that is given in the textbook can be asked. 3, 2, 1, and let's stop. Karthik, beta, wait karo. You will see what it is all about. Okay. Okay, so those of you, according those of you voted, 79% of you think that 79% of you think that A is the correct option, and A is indeed the correct option. In 1971, medical termination of pregnancy or abortion was legalized in India, but under very strict controls to ensure that no misuse of it happens, particularly if anybody wants to commit female feticide. Okay, chalo. Let's go to the next question, beta. Next question we my class में बताया था in the last class. Which of the following diseases completely curable if detected early and treated properly? Syphilis, hepatitis B, genital herpes, HIV infection. Okay, which of the following is completely curable if you treat it on time? If you treat it on time and if it is detected early. मैं ये भी बताया था. I told you that there are 3 diseases which cannot be which cannot be treated, okay, which are incurable, but apart from those, okay, apart from those, all the other diseases are curable if we detect them early and if proper treatment is given. So now the poll is again live on your screen. Options are syphilis, hepatitis B, genital herpes, HIV infection. Okay, Pritesh, you are very smart, beta. Okay, ठीक है. 5 seconds better, then I'll close the poll. 5 seconds and I'll close the poll better. So make sure that you get the votes in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and let's stop. Okay, so let's see better. So according to those of you voted, 58% think that A is correct and A is beta indeed the correct option. If you go back to the last class, in the last class I did mention when I was talking about sexually transmitted diseases, that is hepatitis B, herpes and HIV are incurable, but all the other diseases are. So syphilis is curable, but you have to detect it early and you have to treat it properly. Okay, so tomorrow I'll finish up this chapter. Okay, today we'll be focusing on STDs. What are the different types of STDs? What are their causative agents? What are the symptoms? Okay, and tomorrow we'll be talking about infertility. Tomorrow we'll be talking about infertility. What is infertility and how do we treat it? Okay, so 2 more lectures, today's lecture and tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so today's lecture, again I'm reiterating, today's lecture is not at all important from the board's perspective. Okay, because in whatever I'll be covering today, I'll be covering different types of STDs which are nowhere mentioned in your textbook. They just mentioned the name, but apart from that they have not mentioned anything. So if you're someone who has aspirations only for boards or even for CET, then this lecture is not at all necessary for you. Okay, this session is more from the NEET point of view. Okay, no Shreya, tomorrow's session is for everybody beta, because infertility is a very big part of the chapter. Tomorrow's session is for everybody. Okay, Basu kal hoga wo, okay? But today's session is only for those people who are specifically interested in NEET, the CET and the board students. You know, if any of you have by any chance stumbled, you know, you can leave. Otherwise, if you want to stay back, you can stay back. Maybe you'll learn something just for general knowledge, right? And you'll be seeing a lot of pictures which will make you feel gross. So maybe, you know, that will give you an additional motivation to, you know, not practice unsafe sexual practices. Okay, so yeah, again I encourage everybody to stay back, but the choice is in the end yours. Okay, chalo start karte hain. So basically we'll be studying about 3 causative agents, that is bacteria, viruses. Okay, बहुत गंदे हैं क्या pics? Actually, I did not take the truly horrible pics. Okay, because that would require me showing you guys a live penis or a vagina, which I obviously did not want to. But I have taken pics of other body parts which have been messed up because of, you know, these diseases, or a very close up of, you know, parts around the genital area, so you can't tell which part it is, but you can see how badly it deforms it. Okay. Chalo. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be talking about 3 main causative agents: bacteria, viruses, and protozoa. Okay, I think in bacteria and viruses we'll be studying about 3 diseases each, and in protozoa we'll be studying about 1 disease. Okay, so first we'll be starting with virus as a causative agent. Okay, so again, AIDS I will not be covering in this chapter. After this chapter I will be starting human health and disease. In that chapter I will be dedicating 1 full lecture to AIDS. So please reserve all your questions related to AIDS for that particular chapter. Okay, I will not be covering AIDS. I have not even mentioned AIDS in today's lecture. Okay, because there's 1 full section devoted to AIDS in your textbook as well as in my lecture. So ghabrana mat bilkul bhi. Anyway, chalo start kare fir. Okay, so the first disease that I'll be starting with is genital herpes. The first disease that I'll be starting with today is genital herpes. Okay, so this disease is caused by virus. Okay, the first disease that I'll be starting off today is your genital herpes. 1 second. Yeah, okay, let me get everything sorted out. Okay, so now actually herpes is of 2 types. Okay, herpes is of 2 types. There is oral herpes and there is genital herpes. Okay, herpes is a general term which consists of both oral herpes as well as genital herpes. Okay, and herpes in general, okay, so herpes is caused by herpes simplex virus. Okay, herpes is caused by herpes simplex virus. Okay, and HPV, okay, sorry, this is HSV, herpes simplex virus. This is HSV. Okay, so your HSV is of 2 types. HSV1 and HSV2. Okay, your HSV1 virus causes oral herpes, while HSV2 is responsible for genital herpes. Okay, so herpes in general is classified into two categories: oral herpes and genital herpes, which, as the name suggests, oral herpes infects your part around the mouth, while your genital herpes infect the part around the genital area. Okay, herpes is caused by herpes simplex virus. HSV1 causes oral herpes. HSV2 causes genital herpes. Okay, again, at any point you cannot understand anything, let me know in the chat. More than happy to go over it. Okay, okay. Now let's talk about them a bit more. Okay, there you go. So herpes means what? Beta, herpes is a disease. Symptoms ka beta, obviously I'll come to symptoms. Abhi start hi kiya beta. Herpes means what? Herpes is a disease. Herpes is a disease. Okay, like if you are, it's like you ask me what is what is typhoid. Typhoid is a disease. Okay, similarly herpes is a disease. Okay, check it now. Now the initial infection of HSV, okay, HSV1 can be widespread. Okay, that is, once anybody contracts HSV1, then it spreads very rapidly. And what are the symptoms? The symptoms are several sores on the lips or inside the mouth. So if you go back to the previous figure, okay, if you go back to the previous figure, this is a sore. This is a sore, right? And this is a symptom of your oral herpes. So you will have sores like this on your lips or on the inside of your mouth, and obviously, since we'll be talking about sexually transmitted diseases, all these diseases are contracted by sexual contact with another person. Okay, so if you engage in oral sex with a person who has herpes, you might end up with oral herpes, right? Okay, so the symptoms of HSV1 are development of sores on the lips or inside the mouth. HSV2 on the other hand, okay, HSV type 2 does not always cause symptoms, particularly in men. Okay, the symptoms of HSV1, okay, yes, Dhanush, okay, so due to overheating bodies, no other, okay, देखो, okay, so do not confuse the sores that you see in herpes with, जिसको हम बोलते हैं छाला, right? So मुंह में छाले पड़ गए. Those are two different things, beta. Okay, herpes is different, and the छाले that I don't know what is the English term for that. That is different. Okay, so ulcers. Okay, do not confuse it with ulcers that you get on your lips or inside the mouth. Okay, those are two different things. Herpes you will only get if you have engaged in sexual contact. Okay, while ulcers you can get on your own because of other factors also. Okay, so HSV1, the symptoms of HSV1 are, you will see sores. You will see sores on the lips or inside the mouth. But the symptoms of HSV2 are not always visible, particularly in men. And what is the reason for that? Scientists have been trying to figure out why some men are asymptomatic but others are not. But the reason so far is not yet clear. Okay, but when the symptoms are seen, then what are the symptoms of herpes? Okay, so what are the symptoms of genital herpes? So the symptoms of genital herpes typically include pain in or around the vagina or penis. So when the symptoms of herpes, genital herpes, do manifest, then you will have pain in the or around the vagina or your penis. Okay, the pain may be more noticeable when urinating or during sexual activity. So if you're urinating or if you're engaging in sexual activity, then you will experience even more pain. Okay, and sores will obviously appear. So as you can see, these are your sores which are developing in the genital region. Okay, and sores will resolve on their own and recur for years unless they are treated. Okay, so the sores will keep on coming and going. Okay, unless you continuously take treatment for them. But as we have studied, right, that there are 3 diseases which cannot be cured, right? And except for those, all the other STDs can be cured if you are taken treatment properly. But herpes is unfortunately one of them which cannot be treated properly. Okay, will they replicate continuously? What do you mean by that, Dhanush? Okay, so what is herpes, beta? Herpes in general consists of 2 types of herpes: oral herpes and genital herpes. Oral herpes infects your lips or inside of the mouth, and you will see development of sores. Your genital herpes, okay, your genital herpes infects your genital region, but you may be asymptomatic also. That is, you might be without symptoms. But when the symptoms do develop, okay, you will experience pain in or around the vagina. Okay, you will yes, Veerbhadra. Okay, you will experience pain in or around the vagina, or you might experience pain during urinating or sexual activity. and the sores will keep on coming and going. Okay, they will keep on coming and going throughout the life. Okay, unfortunately that is how it is. You will have to live with it. Okay. So Dhanush, the genital herpes stays to the genital region while the oral herpes stays to the oral region. They do not spread to the other body. You will not see development of sores on your arms or legs if that's what you're asking. Okay. So yeah, they will remain. Yes, Pritish, you can see development of these sores on your penis. You can also see development of these sores on the scrotal sac. Okay, so they can develop anywhere in or around the groin region. Okay, Naren, just check your internet connection once, beta. Okay, will symptoms arrive at first stage only? Prakriti, there are no stages here, beta. There are no stages here. Okay, once you have herpes, symptoms will start popping up. Do people die because of herpes? Rarely, rarely, unless your immune system messed up, you won't. Okay. Okay, can they cover full genital part? No, Dhanush, but these sores will be noticeable with naked eye. Okay, you can clearly see the sores. Can this be completely cured? Okay, Tamanna, this is something, if you remember, we discussed in the last class also. There are 3 diseases that cannot be treated completely, right? There are 3 diseases that cannot be completely, and other than that, all the other diseases can be cured completely if the treatment is taken on time. Okay. Okay, but do both oral and genital herpes affect the same person? They can. A person can have both of them, but that rarely happens, but it can happen. Okay, Abhishek, just check your internet connection once, beta. Sahana, both men and women can get infected by HSV. Okay, can it get transmitted to baby? No. Okay, okay, आगे बढ़े. Okay, shall we move forward now? So that was your genital herpes. Okay, so your herpes is of 2 types: genital herpes and oral herpes. Okay, and then what happens is your oral herpes infects your oral cavity and your genital herpes infects your genital cavity, and in both the cases you will see development of sores. In case of genital herpes, you will also experience pain in or around the vagina or the penis. Okay, this is a cause of, yes, Veerbhadra, it is caused by HSV, herpes simplex virus. Naren is asking what is the full form of HSV, beta? First slide में बताया था. The full form of HSV is herpes simplex virus. ठीक है? आगे बढ़ें. Shall we move forward now? चलो, let's move forward then. Okay, so the next is genital warts. The next is what? Genital warts. Okay, again a very gross looking disease, right? If you ever type, okay, now I don't know whether I should recommend this or not, but maybe you can Google search genital warts and go to the image section. Then you will see such horrific images. You can't imagine that, you know, genitals can look like that when you get infected by this. Anyway, I took the most decent looking photos. Okay, so genital warts is caused by human papilloma virus, which is also known as HPV. Beta, Naren bola HSV is herpes simplex virus. I mentioned it multiple times. Beta, slide mein bhi tha. HSV is herpes simplex virus. Okay. Anyway, so genital warts is caused by human papilloma virus. It is caused by human papilloma virus, also known as HPV. Okay. Now warts. Okay, so warts ka matlab kya, beta? They are benign hard outgrowths with horny surface. Okay, so they are hard. They are not filled by any pus or something like that. They are just outgrowths. Okay, they are hard outgrowths which are rough in structure. Benign means what, beta? Benign means something that does not spread to other region. Okay, it will remain localized to wherever the infection is. Okay, so they develop over the skin and mucosal surface of external genitalia and perianal area. Okay, so in genital warts, what happens is you see development of warts. What are warts? Okay, so warts are hard outgrowth, okay, on the skin and the mucosal area in or around the genital region. So as you can see, these are the 2 type of outgrowths that can be seen. Okay, very gross looking outgrowths that can appear in or around your genital area if you contract genital warts. What? Okay, so what is perianal area, beta? Perianal area is the area in or around your anus. Okay, so that is the meaning of perianal area. Okay, and in women the problem is the infection may enter vagina and cervix, and then it could be a very big problem. Okay, so the infection, what is the balloon in the third picture? Beta, where is the balloon? Where do you see balloon? There is no balloon. Beta, these are outgrowth. This is an outgrowth. This is an outgrowth. These are okay. So beta, Pritish, it enters the vagina and the cervix, not the embryo. Okay, sorry, not the uterus. It enters the vagina and the cervix. Okay. So what is genital warts? Okay. How is this caused, sir? Same through sex. Yes, Veerbhadra, all sexually transmitted diseases transfer through sexual activity. So mode of transmission for all of these diseases, sexual activity. That is why I'm not. On face, can it also be seen? Not that I'm aware of. I look into it, but not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. Okay. So what is genital warts? Beta, in genital warts, it is caused by human papilloma virus, HPV. You will see development of hard outgrowths on the skin and the mucosal area in or around the in or around the genital or pre-anal region. Okay. And in women, the infection may enter the vagina or the cervix also. How many people affected by this virus in India? Beta, I do not know. I do not have such data here. Please do not ask me this. I don't have data. Can it be cured? Yes, beta. Okay, देखो, everybody remember this. Can a disease be cured or not? I told you name of 3 diseases. चाहिए तो we can go back to the second question that I asked today, right? That was, which disease is completely curable if detected early? So these 3 cannot be treated. Okay. Other than that, all the diseases can be cured. Okay. So do not ask this me for every STD. So can this be cured? 3 diseases जिनका cure नहीं है: herpes, hepatitis B, and your AIDS. Apart from that, all the STDs that we will be studying today, all of them have cures. The only thing is you should get it detected early. Okay. So apparently Anil has searched and Anil has discovered that 10 million people are affected every year by genital warts. May God help them, I should say, Anil. Okay. So, okay, does this lead to death? No. Very rare case. Dekho, yaar, technically any disease can lead to death, but if you're asking in general, does it lead to death? No. Okay. Okay. Vijayta, what do you mean by souls, beta? I do not understand. Okay. So genital warts is caused by what? HPV, human papilloma virus. Okay. And it leads to development of these hard outgrowths in around your genital area and your anal area. And in female, it can enter the vagina and the cervix also. So far, so good, beta. Just give me a yes or no. So far, so good. Mucosal area means what? Mucosal area means, beta, that area which is responsible for production of the mucus. So that is what mucosal epithelium is. Okay. No, Vijayta. No. Okay. Is this clear, everybody? So far, are these like cancer? No, Aditya, these are not cancer, beta. No, Aditya, these are not cancer, beta. Okay, these are not cancer. Okay, since it affects reproductive parts, they can a person be normal? Beta, apart from your sexual functions, you will be normal, but your sexual functions will be impaired. That is the main problem, right? ठीक है? Are they tumor? बेटा cancer नहीं है. Cancer होता तो मैं बोलता तुम्हें. These are not cancers. बेटा, these are not cancer. During which ages are they caused? So beta, it can be caused in a person of any age, but again, it is seen mostly in the people who are reproductively active. Okay. Is it harmful? Depending on what is the meaning of harmful, beta. If you are completely okay with your genital area having these warts, then it's not harmful. But if you have a problem with that, then you can say it's harmful. Okay. Okay. So now that was your genital warts. Okay. Some pain, but not much. Okay. So now let's talk about your hepatitis B. Okay. So first thing is there are 5 types of hepatitis here. A to E. So there is A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. We'll be focusing primarily on hepatitis B. Okay. Because the others do not contract that easily through sexual activity, but hepatitis B can be easily transferred to sexual activity. Okay. And all of these hepatitis cause inflammation of the liver. All of them are responsible for damaging your liver, for causing an infection in the liver. Okay. So hepatitis are of 4 types: A, B, C, D, and E. We'll be focusing primarily on hepatitis B because that is the one that is most easily transferred through your sexual activity, and that is the one that is the most detrimental to all of us. Okay. Okay. Now, hepatitis B is caused by hepatitis B virus, also known as HBV. So HPV हुआ genital warts का, HSV हुआ herpes का, HBV हुआ hepatitis B का. Okay, Suhas, just check your internet connection once, beta. Check it. Okay. Now, what are the symptoms? So its symptoms include fatigue, jaundice, right? We all know why jaundice happens, yellowing of the skin, when bilirubin is not being taken care of properly by the liver. So in that case, it gets deposited inside under your epidermis, and as a result of that, there is yellowing of the skin. Okay. Persistent low-grade fever, right? You will have a continuous fever, but the fever won't be that high. Then rashes will be there on your skin, and abdominal pain can be experienced. Okay, so what are the symptoms of hepatitis B? The symptoms of hepatitis B are fatigue, yellowing of the skin, which is also known as jaundice, then persistent low-grade fever. You might experience a fever but not that high. You might experience rashes on your body, and abdominal pain would be experienced because it affects your liver. Okay, it can cause cirrhosis and possibly liver cancer. It can cause cirrhosis and possibly liver cancer. So who will tell me what is cirrhosis, beta? Who will tell me what is cirrhosis? Okay, who will tell me what is cirrhosis? Okay, fatigue means what? Fatigue का मतलब बेटा थकान होना, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, मुझे थकान महसूस, that is known as fatigue. Okay, I am fatigued because I died. Okay, so what is cirrhosis, beta? Cirrhosis is the damage to the liver, damage to the liver tissue or cell. That is known as cirrhosis. Okay, that is known as cirrhosis. Okay, so what are they? So in the long term, if proper treatment is not taken to keep hepatitis B in check, then you can also experience damage of liver tissue as well as liver cancer. So it's very important to get it early and get it fixed. 1 second, beta. I'll be switching off my video. I have to get my laptop charger. Do not go anywhere. Just give me a minute. Okay. I'm back. So the good news is, okay, the good news is, okay, the good news is, okay, the good news is that, okay, the good news is that fortunately there is a vaccine for hepatitis B, which is recommended for all the infants. So once you have the vaccine, once you have taken the vaccine, then you cannot be infected by hepatitis B virus. But if you have not taken the vaccine and then you contract hepatitis B, then it's a very big mess. Okay, so if and when you guys do have children, make sure that the children gets all the necessary vaccination. Okay, yes Rohit, I will be, do not worry. Okay, Dhanush beta, hepatitis A, C, D and E are not part of the syllabus. That is why I'm not covering them. Okay, that is why I'm not covering them, because if you go to the NTA website, there is no mention of hepatitis A, C, D and E. So that is why I'm skipping them. Okay, but they can be transferred, but hepatitis A, C and D, they also have to some extent similar reaction to the body that hepatitis B does, but the symptoms are much more milder and they do not transmit as easily through sexual contact. That is why I'm not covering them. Okay. Okay. Yes, hepatitis B vaccine is given to infant. Okay. So if when you sign up for a vaccination program, hepatitis B vaccine is one of the vaccine that is given to the children to ensure that they do not contract it in the future. Okay. Okay, so now how can you contract hepatitis B? Very important. How can you contract hepatitis B? Direct blood to blood contact. If your blood comes in contact with blood of a person who's infected with hepatitis B, then you can get hepatitis B. Direct contact with sexual fluids. That is, if you come in contact with the semen of a male or the vaginal secretions of a female, then you can contract hepatitis B. Mother to child during birth. Mother to child during birth. It can also transfer from mother to, if the mother has hepatitis B, then the child can also get hepatitis B unless detected early and the mother is given proper treatment. Okay. What is cirrhosis, beta? Beta, cirrhosis is death of the liver cell or tissue. Okay. Then it can also transfer if you share equipment like razor, toothbrush and earrings, right? Because all these things come in contact with the secretions of the body, right? Toothbrush comes in contact with your saliva. Razors, when you're shaving, you might cut yourself, right? So the blood might be on the razor, and if somebody else cuts themselves, then the two blood might get mixed, right? Then you can also get it through tattoos, piercing. If you go to barbers, if the barber is not changing a blade, and the person who got a haircut before you, he had hepatitis B, and then if the barber did not change the blade and he is cutting your hair, then you might also get hepatitis B. Sharing needles can get you hepatitis B. Okay. How earring? Beta, so again, so earring, I think what they mention is that, so by earring, what they mention is that if there is any infection, the piercing, right? So that is what they mean by that. Okay. Okay. So what is piercing, beta? Piercing kya hota hai? Yaar, chhed karwana yaar, like get a piercing in the ear or in the nose. That is what they mean by piercing. Okay. How tattoos cause hepatitis B? So this is a very good question. So if you get a permanent tattoo, what permanent tattoo does is, okay, the needle of the device which they use to draw permanent tattoo, it pierces your epidermis, and the tattoo actually is on your epidermis on the skin. That is why it does not washes off. Okay, because it pierces through your epidermis of the skin, right? So obviously when it does that, it comes in contact with your body fluids. Okay, and when that tattoo parlor guy uses the machine on some other person, right? Let's say you go for a tattoo, but the person who got the tattoo before you, he had hepatitis B. Then when the machine was piercing through his skin to make the permanent tattoo, it picked up the hepatitis B virus. And now when you will go for a tattoo, a permanent tattoo, then when that machine will pierce through your skin to give you a permanent tattoo, it will infect you with the hepatitis B virus. So that is how getting a tattoo can, get you hepatitis B virus. That is why they say that, that's actually one of the biggest drawback of getting a tattoo, that you can contract hepatitis B very easily. Okay, so avoid tattoos. Anyway, unhygienic healthcare practices, right? So if you go to a hospital, if the doctors are not taking proper precautions, right, instruments are getting mixed up, instruments are not being sanitized properly, then it can give you hepatitis B. Only washing it with water will not get rid of it. You have to sanitize it properly, okay, with sanitizing solutions which contain alcohol of 70% or more. Okay. If you have taken the virus, Pritish, then it's fine. But are you sure you have taken the virus? Like, are you sure? Because to be honest, I don't know. I'll have to ask my mother, have I taken hepatitis B virus or not? I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't know yet. Okay. But Pritish, why do you take the risk? So Pritish, ask your parents, have they, got you all the vaccines or not? If they have, then, be free. Okay. So is hepatitis B cleared, everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is hepatitis B cleared, everybody? Okay. What are the symptoms of hepatitis B? What causes hepatitis B? And how does it transmit? Okay. So all the other diseases except for AIDS and hepatitis B, they transfer only through sexual contact. But hepatitis B and AIDS are two diseases that can transfer through blood transfusion also. Okay. Yes, Riddhi, obviously you won't get it unless you have engaged in these practices. If you have engaged in any of these practices, then you have a chance of contracting hepatitis B virus. Okay. Got it? Chalo, aage badhe. Let's move forward then. Okay, so the next one is syphilis. So ab tak jo humne padhe, those were all bacteria, right? HSV, HPV, and HPV. Now we are moving to those are all viruses. Now we are moving to the bacteria region. Now we are moving to the virus. Now also, can we take a vaccine, sir? Kishore, I'm not sure. Yeah, the vaccine is recommended for infants. I don't know, but I think you can. I'm not sure. Again, because it's a medical thing here, so I don't want to give my opinion on it. Okay, I would recommend that you get in touch with a doctor. A doctor would be much more equipped at telling that than me. Okay. Anyway, so now we'll be moving to the bacterial side. Okay, ab tak humne viruses ke padhe. We talked about herpes. We talked about your hepatitis B, right? And we talked about your what happened? Okay, okay. So it seems like Rohit has taken 1-2 years back. So I think adults can take it. You guys can take it. So if by any chance you have missed it, then you can take it, right? I think. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so till now we have studied 3 diseases so far, and all the 3 diseases belong to the category of viruses. AIDS, as I said, I've deliberately skipped. I'll be covering in the next chapter. Now we'll move to the bacterial part. Okay. Okay. So the first bacterial disease that we'll be talking about is syphilis. Okay. Syphilis, and syphilis has multiple stages in its disease. Okay. And based on which stage you on, it could be extremely painful or you could be in full on maza. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, so syphilis is caused by the bacteria Treponema pallidum. It is caused by the bacteria Treponema pallidum. Okay. So there are 4 stages to the syphilis disease. So in the first stage, what happens is, in the first stage, there is hard, infectious and painless ulcer. Okay. Or chancery. Okay. So these are ulcers of syphilis are known as chancery. Okay. Okay. So if you ever come across these terms, that means we are talking about ulcers of syphilis. Okay. So ulcers of syphilis are specifically known as chance ray. Okay, so in the first stage there will be hard infectious and painless ulcer. Infectious ulcer का मतलब क्या है? Okay, what is the meaning of infectious ulcer? That means if you pop this ulcer, so if the fluid comes out and you come in contact with the fluid of the ulcer, then you can also get syphilis. That is what we mean by infectious ulcer. ठीक है, अल्सर का मतलब क्या होता है बेटा? नरेन, अल्सर का मतलब छाला होता है. अब I don't know how to simplify it even more. हिंदी में उसको छाला बोलते हैं, right? Where you have an outgrowth which gets filled with fluid. Okay, so that is known as an ulcer. Okay, so in the first stage you will see hard, infectious and painless ulcer. You won't feel any pain. You will just see ulcers on your skin. Okay, which are also known as chance ray. Chance ray are nothing but ulcers of syphilis. Okay, and so where will you see them? You will see them on the genitals. You will see them on the genitals. Obviously, I did not take a photo of the genitals because the pictures were too gross and too revealing. So I skipped that photo. And you will also see swelling of local lymph nodes. So the lymph nodes present in or around your genital region, they will swell up. They will swell up. Okay. So these are the symptoms of the first stage. Okay. What are lymph nodes, beta? What are lymph glands, beta? If you remember lymphatic system from your chapter of body fluids and circulation, then lymph nodes are what? Imagine lymph capillaries as stations and lymph capillaries as railway lines and lymph nodes as railway stations, right? Where the fluid contents of the lymph. So let's say if your lymph is carrying any kind of bacteria, it comes in contact with the antibodies which are there in the lymph nodes, right? So this is something that we talked about in your body fluids and circulation. So lymph nodes are local stations through which the lymph carried by the lymph capillaries passes through, where if there is anything present in the lymph that is foreign, it comes in contact with the antibodies of the body, and then the body generates an appropriate response, right? So there are lymph glands or lymph nodes present all over your body. So you will see swelling of the local lymph nodes because of this infection. Okay, and this is first stage. Now what happens in second stage? In second stage, the chance ray is healed and there are skin lesions. Skin lesions का मतलब क्या? You will see markings like these on your skins. You will see markings like these on your skins. Okay, you will see rashes. You might experience hair loss also. Joints may be swollen and flu-like illness might occur. Okay, so in the first stage there will be ulcers. There will be ulcers in or around your genital region. So Anushi, so you should look at the first stage. So if you're in the first stage of the disease, then there will be ulcers in or around your genital region and your local lymph nodes will swell up. That is the indication that you have syphilis, and right now you're in stage 1. But if you ignore it, then okay, so you maybe a person is like, okay, I'll go to doctor after some time. So what will happen is that your ulcers will heal automatically. Okay, then you'll be like, okay, now I'm all fine. Mere to ulcers chale gaye. But then what will happen is that skin lesions will develop. You will start developing these markings on your skin. Then you will have rashes on your skin. You might experience hair loss. Your joints may become swollen, and you may experience flu-like symptoms. Atar flu-like symptoms का मतलब क्या हो बेटा? छींकना, खांसी आना, थोड़ा सा बुखार आना. That is what means flu-like. Like flu के symptoms क्या होते हैं? Or cough, cold, slight fever. So flu-like illness might come. So if that is happening, that means now you're in stage 2. That means now you're in stage 2 of the disease. That means now you're in the stage 2 of the disease. Okay. Okay. So now let's see what happens is in third stage. So the third stage is known as latent syphilis. Okay, this is your third stage. This is your third stage. This is known as latent syphilis. Okay, and in this what happens is, okay, it is a third stage of infection and it is marked by relative absence of symptoms. So in third stage क्या होगा? Symptoms सारे ही गायब हो जाएंगे. You will have no symptoms. But if you get your blood tested, your blood test will come out to be positive. Okay, so that is a messed up thing about syphilis, that it has different stages, and in different stages you'll experience different symptoms. In stage 1, your genital region will be affected. Then the ulcers will get cured automatically. Then the stage 2, you will have markings on your skin, rashes, hair loss, might experience some flu-like symptoms. Then in stage, फिर तुम लोग थोड़ा और wait कर लेते हैं. Then in stage 3, what will happen is that सारे symptoms, they will vanish automatically. Then you're like, okay, मैं तो free हो गया. I'm God. My body is best, right? It can take care of syphilis on its own. But then will come stage 4, tertiary syphilis. which is the most serious stage of infection, और यहाँ पे आदमी का हालत खराब हो जाता है. Okay, what happens here is you might experience paralysis, brain damage, blindness, heart trouble, or aortic impairment. So this is your tertiary syphilis. देखो, the good thing is that a lot of people, they get stuck in stage 3. That is, they have syphilis, but they will not show symptom. Or tertiary syphilis आने में sometimes it takes decades. Sometimes it takes decades if it's not treated. Right? So sometimes it takes decades. Aortic impairment का मतलब क्या बेटा? Aortic मतलब क्या? Aorta. Impairment का मतलब क्या? Something that is not functioning properly, impaired. Right? So okay, focus on words, yaar. Okay, they're derivative of words that you already know. Anyway, so there are 4 stages to syphilis. Okay, if you contract syphilis, first 2 stages will be seen. Then you will enter a 3rd stage, which is aortic, which is your latent syphilis. Now, the thing about latent syphilis is you will not show any symptoms. ठीक है ना? और हो सकता है that you may be in latent stage for decades. 10 साल, 20 साल, 30 साल तक you are in latent stage. ठीक है? But if you have sex with somebody, you might end up transferring syphilis to that person. ठीक है? And then maybe when you're 70-year-old, then suddenly when your immune system has weakened down, then you are entering tertiary syphilis. ठीक है? So that is the interesting and the frustrating thing about syphilis. There is different stages. Some people, they enter the tertiary syphilis stage very easily. In them, the latent syphilis stage is very less. But in some people, the latent syphilis stage lasts for years. Okay, so Pritish is asking, why does it take so much time? Beta, so again, there's no conclusive evidence. Why does it take a lot of time? So scientists are wondering, maybe it's because of the immune system of the particular person. If your immune system is strong, then maybe it will be suppressed as long as your immune system is active. But as you'll become older, your immune system will start deepening down. Then it might again take over, and then it might provide harm to you in a serious way. Okay? So I have a nice graphic that will help you understanding the 4 stages of syphilis. So first is your primary, in which there is development of ulcers. It usually appear 10 to 90 days after the exposure. Usually where does it happen? Okay, where does it happen? It happens on the penis and labia. So if you remember the female reproductive system, there was labia majora, there was labia minora. So that is where you can see your ulcers. That is where you can see the ulcers. Okay, and without treatment, they will disappear in 2 to 8 weeks. Okay, without treatment, अपने आप ही चले जाएंगे. Okay, then you have secondary stage. Now what will happen is that you will start seeing those lesions. You will start seeing lesions on your skin. Okay, on your skin you will start seeing those lesions. Okay, and then there are other symptoms also, but the other symptoms are very rare. Okay, then you have latent syphilis stage. Okay, in which you are asymptomatic. तुम्हें है तो है, but you will not show any symptoms. And then lastly, you have tertiary stage. So Abhishek is asking, what causes the symptoms to disappear? So the prevailing theory is that your immune system, if you have any bacterial infection, our immune system for the most part is very adept at fighting bacterial infection, unless it's rampant and out of control. So the general prevailing sense among the doctors and the scientists is that your immune system automatically takes over after some time, right, and suppresses them. Okay, so what happens is then you enter your latent syphilis phase. Okay, then you enter your latent. That is why the symptoms disappear on their own after some time. Okay, so in latent syphilis phase, now you're asymptomatic, and then lastly you will have your tertiary stage of syphilis, in which you will have your cardiovascular system might be affected. Okay, then you might experience dementia. That is, your brain might be affected. You might have memory loss also, right? So your tertiary stage of syphilis is the most messed up stage of the syphilis. So if you ever come across anything, okay, can a person be treated after entering second stage? Yes, Pritish, a person can be treated. As long as you have not entered the tertiary stage, okay, the person can be cured out of it. The person can be cured out of it by taking certain antibiotics. Okay? Okay. So, is syphilis clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is syphilis clear to everybody? Just give me a yes or no, beta. Syphilis सबको clear हुआ? ठीक है? आगे बढ़े? चलो. So that was your syphilis. That was your syphilis. Now let's go to chlamydiasis. Now let's go to chlamydiasis. Okay? Now, chlamydiasis is caused by bacteria of the genus Chlamydia. Chlamydia is a genus of the bacteria, and all the species of this genus are obligate intracellular pathogen. Okay? Intracellular pathogen का मतलब क्या? Inside the cell. Inside the cell. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of obligate? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of obligate? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of obligate? Okay, you guys should know because we learned the term obligate in 11th standard, right? So obligate, if you remember, we talked about obligate as obligate aerobes and obligate anaerobes, right? So obligate means it is absolutely necessary for them to have a host cell in order to survive. They cannot survive outside the host cell. They cannot survive outside the host cell. So obligate का मतलब क्या हुआ बेटा? Obligate means it is completely dependent. Obligate means what? Obligate means it is completely dependent. Okay, must, it is necessary for chlamydia to be inside a cell in order to survive. Okay, okay. So chlamydiasis कौन cause करता है? Chlamydiasis is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Okay, chlamydiasis is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Okay, and it is a human pathogen. It causes chlamydiasis. Okay, it causes chlamydiasis. Okay, which is sexually transmitted. And affects your perinatal and region. Okay. Okay, got it. Srishti, what do you mean reasons for syphilis, beta? What do you mean by that? Bhuvan, to some extent you can say that, beta. Okay. Okay. Now, people with chlamydiasis don't have any symptoms. Often, people with chlamydiasis do not show any symptom. Right? But even if you do not have symptoms, infection can still damage the reproductive system. Even if you're not showing symptoms, the infection can screw up your reproductive system. Okay? So, chlamydia are obligate intracellular pathogen. Chlamydia trachomatis is responsible for chlamydiasis. Okay? And people with chlamydiasis often do not show any symptoms. And even when they're not showing symptoms, the infection can still damage the reproductive system. Okay, got it? Okay, now, but when symptoms are shown, what are the symptoms? Okay, the most common symptom in women is vaginal discharge. There's discharge of fluid from the vagina, and this discharge can be thin or thick, clear or colored. Okay, so there will be discharge of fluid from the vagina. The fluid can be thin or thick, or it could be clear, or it could be yellowish in color also. Okay, women may also notice redness, swelling, burning, or itching of the vulva and vaginal area. So around your vagina, in your vagina, you can notice redness, swelling, burning or itching. Okay, and pain and burning with urination may occur, and the urination frequency may increase. Okay, so what are the common symptoms in women? Vaginal discharge can occur, and the fluid that is coming out of the vagina can be thin or thick, or it could be colored or clear. Women can also notice redness, swelling, burning or itching in or around the vaginal area. It could pain or burn while urinating, and the urination frequency can also increase. Okay, these are the symptoms in women. Now, what are the symptoms in men? Okay, symptoms in men may include pain and burning during urination. ठीक है. So same as women, when the men will pee, they will experience pain and burning sensation. Just like women, redness, swelling and itching around the opening of the penis, as well as discharge from the penis. So just like women experience vaginal discharge, men can also experience discharge from the penis tip, and men can also experience redness, swelling or itching around the opening of the penis. Pain with ejaculation may also occur. So when the male ejaculates during sexual intercourse or even without it, then the male can experience pain. Okay. So are the symptoms in male and female during chlamydiasis clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. So are the symptoms in males and females during chlamydiasis clear to everybody? सबको समझा क्या? ठीक है. It's clear to everybody. Very straightforward. ठीक है. Nothing new here, right? आगे बढ़े. Yes, Srushti, all these diseases come from sexual contact. हम पढ़ ही sexually transmitted diseases रहे हैं. That means they will transfer to sexual contact, beta. Okay, चलो आगे बढ़े. So that was your chlamydiasis. Now the next one is gonorrhea. The next one is gonorrhea, which is very common. Okay, gonorrhea is very common as an STD. It is caused by a bacteria, Neisseria gonorrhea. It is caused by a bacteria, Neisseria gonorrhea. And it was given the name the clap. Can anybody guess why it was called the clap? Can anybody tell why it was called the clap? When I'll tell you a reason, okay, most of the males, they will feel so weird and, they will feel very uncomfortable. Can anybody tell why it was called the clap? Can anybody tell why it was called the clap? Can guess also. Okay, obviously don't Google it. If you Google, the maza chala jayega. Can anybody guess why it was called the clap? Okay, chalo, I'll tell you why it was called the clap. So the reason why it was called the clap was, so when the male suffers from gonorrhea, sometimes their urethra will get blocked. So the penis will be clapped from both the sides to unblock it. Okay, ये पहले होता था, अब नहीं होता. This was बहुत साल पहले है. Okay, that's like decades ago. But during gonorrhea, sometimes the urethra of the male will get blocked. So they'll clap the penis from both the sides to open up the urethra. That is why it's called it was called the clap. Okay. So yeah, it was messed up, man. So if your urethra used to get blocked in the previous time, they will take your penis and they will clap it to clear up the urethra. Okay. Uncomfortable laga na? Even when I read it, I also felt uncomfortable. Okay. Anyway, so that is why it's called the clap. That is why it's called the clap. Yes, Narottam, it is going to be extremely painful. Anyway, chalo. So what are the symptoms of gonorrhea? So gonorrhea, okay, symptoms of gonorrhea, if they appear, stop clapping. Okay, okay. Okay, so they are often mild and non-specific and easily mistaken for other illnesses. Okay, so so the symptoms of gonorrhea are often mild and they are not very specific. You can't even tell if you have gonorrhea or not. Okay, and if left untreated, gonorrhea can cause severe complications which include miscarriage, infertility, septic arthritis, and even blindness. Okay, so in this diagram, all these dots that you're seeing, that is your Neisseria gonorrhea. That is your Neisseria gonorrhea. Okay, and the other cells that you're seeing, those are your WBCs. Okay, okay. Will the nickname be asked in the exam? No, it will not be asked in the exam, beta. Okay. What is the meaning of septic? So septic is a term that is used whenever an infection occurs, beta. Okay, so that is known as septic arthritis. Septic arthritis ka matlab kya? You will have arthritis, that is pain in the joints, and that will be due to an infection in the joints. Okay, okay. So gonorrhea does not have very specific symptoms, but if you do not treat gonorrhea, then it could lead to complications like miscarriage, infertility, your joints will pain extremely, and it could also lead to blindness. Okay, so Neisseria gonorrhea, even though it's very common, bach ke rehna beta usse. Okay, at which stage male claps? Beta, male does not clap. The doctor will take your penis and clap. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so that was your gonorrhea. Okay. So what are the common symptoms? What are the common symptoms of gonorrhea in women? Okay. The common symptoms of gonorrhea in women are vaginal discharge, pain when urinating, bleeding between periods, lower abdomen or pelvic pain. So those are the symptoms in women. As you can see, ये same symptoms हमने previous chlamydiasis में भी पढ़े थे. So it becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult to differentiate which disease that you have. So if and when you sense something थोड़ा सा भी off है with your genital region, please go see a doctor. Please go see a doctor. Okay? Because you never know what future complications it might lead to. Anyway, ठीक है, bleeding between periods मतलब क्या? So बेटा, even so let's say a period is of 28 days, right? Where the menstrual phase lasts for only 4 to 5 days. But let's say अगर तुम्हारा 28th day पे bleeding आ गया बीच में थोड़ा सा, right? On the 15th day, you are bleeding slightly. Then that is known as bleeding between periods, बेटा. ठीक है? Okay, so that is the symptoms in women. Now, what are the symptoms in men? What are the symptoms in men? So the symptoms are men in a greenish yellow discharge from the penis. So your penis will lead to discharge of a green yellow fluid. It will hurt while urinating and swelling or pain in scrotum or testicle. Okay? No other, no. Okay? So what are the symptoms in men, beta? The symptoms in men are greenish yellow discharge from the penis, okay, pain while urinating, and the testis or the scrotum might swell up or hurt. That is your symptoms in males for gonorrhea. So, is gonorrhea clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is gonorrhea clear to everybody? Sabko gonorrhea samjha kya hota hai? Okay. So Rohit is asking, how does the doctor distinguish between a common mouth ulcer and syphilis? Beta, the doctor takes a culture and then they conduct tests. There are certain tests to determine which STD you have. Okay, for example, there is ELISA, then there is Western blots. There are different types of blots that doctors do to detect which type of disease you might have. Okay, so there are specific tests. So when you go to a doctor have an ulcer, right? The doctor will pehle to wo yahi sochega, since you're a kid, that you know most probably it's a mouth ulcer, he'll give you a specific cream. But if it does not get treated by that, then the doctor will conduct a test to see whether you have syphilis or not. Okay, will that be done in every hospital? No, if you are a male, you should go to a urologist for your STDs problem, and the female should go to a gynae. Is CLAP still done? No. Fortunately, we have antibiotics now, so CLAP is no longer done. Do not worry. Okay, chinta mat karo yaar. Okay, so that was your gonorrhea. Now the last disease that we have is trichomoniasis. The last disease that we have is trichomoniasis. Okay, trichomoniasis. Okay, so trichomoniasis is caused by Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomoniasis is caused by Trichomonas vaginalis, and it is a parasite. ये है protozoa में, ठीक है? If you remember, we talked about protozoa. We talked about protozoa in your protista, ठीक है? And it infects both males and females. What are the symptoms in females? In females, it causes vaginitis. Okay, wherever you see itis, that means inflammation. So inflammation of the vagina with foul smelling, yellow vaginal discharge, and burning sensation. So in trichomoniasis, what happens is the women, there's inflammation of the vagina along with release of foul smelling, that is a bad smelling yellow vaginal discharge, and there is burning sensation also. Okay, inflammation means what? Inflammation means beta, wahan pe burning sensation hona, right? It hurts a bit, it pains a bit. That is what itis means. So inflammation is body's reaction whenever a particular side of the body is infected. Okay. Okay. Now, in males, it causes urethritis. That is inflammation of the urethra. Jahan pe bhi itis hai, matlab inflammation. So inflammation of the urethra, epididymitis. So that means inflammation of epididymis. Then prostatitis. That means inflammation of the prostate gland. So what all is inflamed in the male? Urethra, epididymis, and prostate. Okay? Resulting in pain and burning sensation. So that is your trichomoniasis. Okay? No, Veerbhadra. No. Okay? Okay. So how is trichomoniasis? So trichomoniasis is a protozoa, and it divides by longitudinal binary fission. It divides by longitudinal binary fission, and it can be transferred from a male to female by sexual contact. By sexual contact. Is trichomoniasis clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is trichomoniasis clear to everybody? Okay? Is trichomoniasis clear to everybody? Got it? Okay. Okay. So on that note, I end today's class. Abhi ad dekhte hain, okay? Now our educational ad of the day, okay? So that you guys know what to do and what not to do. Okay? Do not just laugh at those ads. Yeah, I am showing those ads so that you guys do not end up committing the mistakes that some of my friends have. Okay? Okay, so that was your all the diseases. Again, those diseases will not be asked in your boards, they will not be asked in your CET, they'll be asked only in your NEET. Okay? Again, not all the things that I've taught, but some things can be. Okay, let me just load up the ad 1 second and then you guys can watch the ad. Okay, okay. So 1 second. Beta, boards module and all that is not in my hand, beta. Amritesh, boards module and all that is not in my hand. Have any of my friend undergone clap? Arey, beta, clap used to take place like 30, 40, 50 years ago. Abhi nahi clap hota. Okay, now we have better. Okay, chalo ek kaam karte hain. Okay, before you guys run off, let me just give me a feedback. Then you guys will watch the ad. Okay, and then you guys can run off as soon as the ad is done. Okay. Do you know anyone who's undergone clap? No, I have not done. But मुझे clap के बारे में कुछ time पहले पता लगा. Anyway, ठीक है? Okay, so जल्दी से get your feedback in here so that are these contagious? बेटा contagious का मतलब क्या होता है? Something that can transmit from one person to another. All these diseases can transmit from one person to another through sexual transmission. So yeah, they are contagious, beta. Anyway, ठीक है? So what mistakes my friend committed? Beta, my friends, not all of them, yeah, like 1 or 2 of them have suffered from some STDs. Okay. Again, obviously, I will not tell the name, but yeah. Chalo. So let me see. So today's Chunni Lal part 2. Yeah, today's Chunni Lal part 2. Okay. So can you guys hear this sound? Can you guys hear this sound? Just give me a yes. Can you guys hear this sound? Can you guys hear the sound and see the video? Okay, that is the important thing here. Okay, so today's Chunni Lal part 2. In the previous one, he was a newly married husband. Now he is going to start a family. Now he's going to do what? Now he's going to start a family. Okay, so what things should Chunni Lal keep in mind? And why Chunni Lal, despite being dumb, is a very responsible husband and a family man. Tum log bhi seekho. Okay, okay, chalo.
बांट रहे लड्डू श्रीमान, आने वाला है मेहमान। खुशी में उनका उड़ गया फ्यूज, कुछ का कुछ करे है कंफ्यूज। हे मंगवाया जो कच्चा आम, ले आए वो सबका माम। मांगा जो बच्चे का लंगोट, ले आए वो कानी गोट। सब कुछ भूले पर न भूले अपनी एक वो जिम्मेदारी। आए अब दोनों के HIV टेस्ट की बारी। समय से टेस्ट बचाए बच्चे की जान, चुन्नी लाल को है ये ज्ञान। सरकारी अस्पताल हम दोनों पहुँचे जी, जहाँ मुफ्त है टेस्ट, गुप्त रहे चेकअप भी। उलझन हुई दूर, सही सलाह मिली, हम दोनों की बाँछें खिली। मेरे सैया चुन्नी लाल बने हैं पापा बड़े कमाल।
HIV जांच की जानकारी के लिए लिखें।
Okay, so that was your Chunni Lal. Okay, so what did Chunni Lal do after his wife got pregnant? He ensured that both of them underwent tests for STDs before the child is born, so that necessary steps can be taken to protect the child from the STDs. So that is something that you guys should keep in mind. Okay, all of us should be smart like Chunni Lal when it comes to raising a family. Okay, we should always use protective measures. Okay, and when the wife does become pregnant, we should ensure that both the male and the female should go for your STD checkup before the child is born, so that necessary precautions can be taken. Chalo. So on that note, I'll end today's class. I hope that all of you liked today's class. I hope that all of you enjoyed today's class. And most importantly, I hope that you learned in today's class. So thank you very much for your patience. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.